joining us. You've just, of course, taken over as the Chief Minister of Maharashtra. Prime Minister has also been stressing a lot on the Swachh Bharat Abhiyaan. What do you think you can do as a Chief Minister to try and solve the problems of sanitation, of dirtiness, of lack of cleanliness all across Maharashtra?
See, I think that cleanliness has to be interpreted as virtue. Unless we teach our children, unless we teach our next generation, I agree that we have to teach this generation as well. But if we teach the next generation the importance of cleanliness, then India will change. And that's what we have started in Maharashtra. We actually convened a meeting of all the vice chancellors of all the universities in Maharashtra, and I have asked them not to celebrate Swachh Bharat Divas only for a day, but we have asked them that please request each and every college to take one area for 5 years to keep it clean, so that cleanliness becomes a virtue, cleanliness becomes a habit, and that's what we want to do. Moreover, we would go aggressive on constructing the toilets. And I must thank and I must congratulate NDTV for such a great initiative, because unless media takes it as their social responsibility, I don't think that it will spread at the space we want to. And adding to that, I do feel that all of us together, if we try and if we start constructing the toilets, we can change Maharashtra, we can change India.
जी बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद आपका पंडित जी। मैं अमिताभ बच्चन हूँ और आपसे बात करने का मुझे सौभाग्य मिल रहा है। आपने बहुत सी अच्छी बातें कही अभी, कि आपने जैसे कि कहा कि अगली पीढ़ी जो है उसको अभी से ही शिक्षित करना होगा हमें, ताकि आने वाले सालों में वो इस स्वच्छ भारत का जो अभियान है उसको आगे बढ़ाएं। और हम तो मानते हैं कि आज की पीढ़ी को भी हमें शिक्षित करना है, लेकिन ये जो आपने बात कही कि आपने जितनी भी यूनिवर्सिटीज़ हैं, वाइस चांसलर से आपने बात की है कि इस अभियान को चलाएं, लेकिन एक एरिया ले लें, एक जगह ले लें और उसको 5 साल तक स्वच्छ रखने का एक प्रण करें कि हम 5 साल तक इस क्षेत्र को हम साफ रखेंगे। ये बहुत ही अच्छा और रियली वेरी कॉम्प्लीमेंट्री फॉर यू टू थिंक लाइक दिस। और इस सोच को हमें आगे बढ़ाना है, इसीलिए हम याद कर रहे हैं और हम उम्मीद करते हैं कि आपका सहयोग हमारे साथ हमेशा बना रहेगा। केवल 30,000 रुपये में, जैसा कि विक्रम हमें बता रहे थे, 30,000 रुपये में एक शौचालय बन जाता है। और ये केवल बनना ही नहीं, उसकी अपकीप, उसका इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर, उस सब में ये 30,000 रुपये में हो जाता है। तो आज का ये जो हम टेलीफोन कर रहे हैं, हम इसमें ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा चंदा इकट्ठा करना चाह रहे हैं ताकि बहुत सारे शौचालय बने। और जैसा कि प्रधानमंत्री मोदी जी ने कहा है कि हम चाहते हैं कि 2019 तक प्रत्येक भारतीय के पास शौचालय की व्यवस्था हो जाए। इसमें आपका सहयोग हमें मिलता रहे, बस इसके लिए बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद।
ही कचरा है, इसके बारे में आप क्या समझते हैं, हम क्या कर सकते हैं?
देखिए, ये हमारे सामने एक बहुत बड़ी समस्या है। आज लोग अपना घर तो साफ रखना चाहते हैं, लेकिन अपना एरिया साफ रखना नहीं चाहते। लोग ये चाहते हैं कि घर तो मैं साफ कर लूँगा, लेकिन एरिया कोई भी आकर साफ कर ले। तो जैसे मोदी जी ने कहा कि 125 करोड़ भारतीय कचरा करेंगे और कुछ कर्मचारी कचरा उठाएंगे, संकल्पना से बाहर आएगा। एक करके एक हमारे सामने चैलेंज जरूर है कि आज इतना ज़्यादा जो सॉलिड वेस्ट तैयार होता है, कचरा तैयार होता है, इसको मैनेज कहाँ करें, इसको हम लोग कहाँ पर ले जाए। और सारे शहरों के सामने ये प्रॉब्लम्स है, क्योंकि सॉलिड वेस्ट मैनेजमेंट के लिए जो जगह डेजिग्नेट होती है, वहाँ पर आजू बाजू के गाँव वालों का विरोध होता है। वो सहज भी है, क्योंकि उन गाँवों को प्रॉब्लम्स होता है। तो हमने तय किया कि हम लोग कुछ नई टेक्नोलॉजीज़ का उपयोग करेंगे, सस्टेनेबल टेक्नोलॉजीज़ का उपयोग करेंगे, जिसके माध्यम से कम जगह में हम कचरे को ट्रीट करें। देखिए, आज कचरा ये वेस्ट नहीं है, कचरे में से आज लोग मतलब जैसे कई महानगर पालिकाओं में आप देखेंगे तो कचरा खरीदा जा रहा है। मतलब कंपनी जैसे जो कचरा खरीदती है उसको ट्रीट करती है, लेकिन और कचरा खुद उठाकर नहीं जाते, उसका पैसा महानगर पालिका को देती है, लेकिन उनको ट्रीटमेंट के लिए उनको जगह उपलब्ध कर देनी पड़ेगी। और वही प्रयास हमारा चल रहा है। आज मुंबई जैसे शहर में, पुणे जैसे शहर में, नई मुंबई जैसे शहर में, कल्याण जैसे शहर में सबसे बड़ा प्रॉब्लम ये है कि इस कचरे को ट्रीटमेंट के लिए कहाँ ले जाए, उसके लिए जगह कहाँ रखे। तो उसी का प्लानिंग हम लोगों ने करना शुरू कर दिया। एक बार सही जगह अगर हम लोग दे देंगे तो कई कंपनी ऐसी कि जो अपने पैसे से कचरा उठाएगी, ले जाएगी, उस पर प्रक्रिया करेगी, उसमें से ग्रीन फ्यूल तैयार करेगी और वो पैसा कमाएगी, महानगर पालिका को भी पैसा देगी।
जी मनोज जी, हम स्वागत करना चाहते हैं आनंदीबेन पटेल जी का, जो गुजरात की मुख्यमंत्री हैं, हमारे साथ अब हैं। आनंदीबेन जी, बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद, आप हमारे साथ हैं। ये जो स्वच्छ भारत अभियान है, अमिताभ बच्चन जी भी हमारे साथ हैं, देवेंद्र फडणवीस भी हैं जो महाराष्ट्र के मुख्यमंत्री हैं। ये जो स्वच्छ भारत अभियान है, आपको क्या लगता है गुजरात में आप इसको कैसे आगे ले जा सकते हैं?
हमारे देश के बड़ा प्रधान आदरणीय नरेंद्र भाई मोदी ने स्वच्छ भारत का अभियान चलाया है। इसमें हम पूरी तरह से काम कर रहे हैं। गुजरात में अच्छी तरह से काम चालू हो गया है। हम लोगों ने मुख्यमंत्री स्वच्छता निधि का प्रावधान कर दिया है और हर एक डिस्ट्रिक्ट में मुख्यमंत्री स्वच्छता निधि का प्रावधान हो गया है और लोग इसमें सहयोग कर रहे हैं और टॉयलेट के लिए डोनेशन दे रहे हैं। एक काम हमारा जो चला है और गांव की जो महिलाएं हैं, खास करके सरपंच महिलाएं हैं,
कभी भी आपको अपनी किसी भी योजना में यदि मेरे चेहरे या मेरी आवाज़ की आपको आवश्यकता पड़े तो आप मुझे बुलाइएगा, मैं अवश्य वहाँ आकर के उसमें संलग्न हूँ।
अमित जी, बहुत बहुत मुझे आपको अभिनंदन करना है। मुझे बड़ी खुशी हुई है और मैं आपको बताना चाहती हूँ कि 2 महीने में हमारे 3-4 तालुका में टॉयलेट 100% हो जाएगा। तब मैं सोचती हूँ तो आपको उद्घाटन करने के लिए मैं बुलाऊँ।
Women go through in all parts of the country. They have to wait during the entire day, and in addition to the sort of mental suffering that they go through, it's also a problem of safety. You have so many cases of women getting attacked when they are trying to get to the toilet.
That only, it's also a danger, but many of the women go out at night. Snake bites are a very, very predominant factor. We are working with, as you know, Swadesh Foundation, and I went out to one of the villages, as you saw in one of the initial promotions. And this was a major concern amongst all the women, that they have to wait at night. And in the middle of the night when they go out, there's always the danger of, either meeting wild animals or snake bites. And many deaths occur because of that. And when we are constructing a toilet within their premise, it's almost like a heaven sent. And you cannot imagine the amount of happiness and joy that they exhibit when they see these things being made. Not just that, I think what Anandiben was saying and what we are also trying to propagate is, keeping your hands clean, washing your hands. It's a very, very important factor for all of us.
I believe I read a statistic somewhere that only 40% of Indians wash their hands. It's actually quite a modern statistic.
And there are many cases in the entire country where there are certain villages, particularly in southern India, that I know of, where a child is not going beyond the age of 5 because they die of diphtheria, and that primarily is the cause where they've not been able to wash their hands and they get disease. So I think not just building of toilets, but also the other hygienic problem of keeping your hands clean is equally important.
Welcome back. You are watching the Dettol NDTV Banega Swachh India campaign. From the Congress party, and for a specific reason, Priyanka, I'm going to come to that in some detail in just a couple of minutes. But I'd also like to welcome onto the stage Dia Mirza, who's been an associate of ours in many campaigns in the past, helping to clean up India and various parts of it. Dia, we can get you onto the stage.
Only you can use this.
But Dia, you've been associated with us many times in the past from Dreamathons and other events to try and clean up as much as we can. And it's great that message is now really spreading. Well, on this.
Yes, it's phenomenal that you have done your bit and empowered so many of us and helped us come forth and spread the good word and do some really credible work, it's great karma. And I think something magical is happening. And I sense that when I read articles about youth organizations who don't want to be mentioned or spoken about in the dark of night, setting out the street and cleaning up areas that they identify as dirty and posting what is old and the new on their Facebook walls. I know of a lawyer in Andhra Pradesh who has adopted his village and is building toilets. And he told me a phenomenal story that I'd like to share with you, sir. He said, I asked him why he was building toilets. And he said to me, this was 6 years ago, he said to me, I met a little girl who has a sister. And both girls wanted to go to school. But they would share their uniform. So one day one sister would go to school. And the other day the other sister would go to school. And as he got to know these two girls, and he was amazed at their desire to be in school, he discovered that they dropped out of school at a certain age because there was no toilet in their school. And
that's a very common story, by the way.
Right, he made it his mission to build washrooms and toilets in every government school in his district and in the state. And he's actually taking that work very seriously and done a wonderful job with it.
No, that's fantastic. Absolutely
So
wonderful.
it's good to know people like this exist.
Of course, when Mr. Bachchan says that people should do something, then they listen in many cases.
No, it's not just me. I think it's just every human being. It's a desire, it's a want, it's nature, and how wonderful if we can make these facilities possible. So many stories we listen to where in the rural areas, women are unable to go out, they have to wait till the middle of the night. And you have many volunteers now doing this kind of work that you're talking about. When I was doing KBC, you highlight some of these incidents. There's a gentleman in Pune, for example, who on his own has left his job, collecting funds from people, building toilets, and making life a lot easier for people around. I think these individual voluntary efforts go a long way in propagating this cause and making India a great country.
It's true.
What do you say?
I think we're all inspired by such people.
Yes.
I feel very, very motivated and pure of such people. We need such.
Well, okay, Priyanka, let me turn to you next because one of the people we are supposed to nominate, one of the people I said was Twitter armies on all sides, social media armies on all sides. This is what you need to do. Get back and get involved in this. So, I did name you because this is actually something which the campaign should be geared to the entire nation, not just to one party or the other.
So I have been thinking about it since morning. I had a couple of points. During UPA, we had a Bollywood Bharat Abhiyaan campaign, and we saw how various states like Sikkim became an open defecation-free state because they used that particular state. Then we also saw Uttarakhand building toilets and people across the state. So it talks about how we effectively use the funds that central allocated to. And it goes beyond politics really. When you use those funds provided. Now I can say the same about Gujarat, and I'm sorry to be politics here, but the point being that Gujarat could also have effectively used the Bollywood Bharat Abhiyaan scheme to build toilets. But what we're seeing in Gujarat also, the toilets are a new challenge. We have people defecating in the open So these are a few challenges. When you look beyond politics and if you really want to make this a success, yes, individual campaigns are very interesting, very inspiring. For me, child education is very important and I work towards that cause. I work as an individual. But if you're looking at creating changes, making changes, then you need to, not let it just become cultural. There has to be long sustained action, is what I personally believe.
Alright, great. When we are continuing to raise funds for building toilets, whatever we can actually do, I just wanted to invite onto the stage Vineet from Welcome. He's the chairman of Welcome Renewables, and Vineet Mittal is here with us, the chairman of Welcome Renewables. Please do take a seat. So, Sanitation, is it something we've been looking at how you can get a range of people together for this, from the politicians to people involved in politics to chief ministers, and we've been hearing ministers, Mr. Bachchan, other people from the industry. And industry, what is it that industry can do?
If you look at the biggest challenge the government faces is in the execution. So when a corporate or an individual invests into something, if they invest $1, probably they want an output of $2. But whereas when government invests $1, they can't even get an output of 30 cents. So basically, where industry can play a vital role is in augmenting the skills and capability of the government in execution. And this initiative is an amazing initiative. What needs to be done that not only the toilet needs to be built, but also maintained properly so that people can use it on a day-to-day basis. So that means the maintenance has to be good, the hygiene has to be maintained, so that the initiative doesn't become one of the only the TV initiative, but in reality it helps people. So I think corporate can play a very, very vital role.
Would you recommend that corporates take over a certain section of the space, as we had, the Chief Minister of Maharashtra saying that he's spoken to universities and vice chancellors to designate a particular area and say for 5 years we're going to look after this area. So do you think corporates would be able to do that, perhaps make an initiative where they announce that this is a particular region that we have taken over, and it will be our duty and our responsibility to keep this clean?
Actually, I would say even on the structural basis, government can incentivize the corporates to participate there.
But is the CSR initiative of facilitator between the state and between the government and the corporate houses?
So actually CSR only says that you can do anything in the government, and it does not define exactly what one needs to do. So if say government's priority is on the sanitation, drinking water, education, so you have to prioritize and align the CSR budget towards that. So let me explain one example which we have implemented to Prime Minister Modi as well. Today, Government of India gives out a contract along with the states of $300 billion. And what they do is their pre-qualifying criteria is financial and technical in nature. There is no criteria what will happen in the society. So say for example, if government creates a marketplace and says that for pre-qualifying, you need community development certificates. And how do you want those certificates?
Right.
By adopting these 100,000 odd villages, which are actually being streamed to no sanitation, no drinking water, no electricity. There are 1 lakh such villages. So you allow one of them, based on every lakh you invest, you earn 1 community development certificate, which is tradable on the Bombay Stock Exchange. And actually what you do is, because it's a pre-qualifying for government contract, if I want to build a road, I will have to earn those much of PQ. So I will buy those certificates. So this is not just the corporate. And today we had the young guy here who is supplying us the toilets as well.
So
he doesn't need to go for money.
It's important to really look at some of these case studies and see. But let's just take a look at some of the stuff that you've done and see how other corporates can get some ideas from this. All right, I know there's a particular check that you're wanting to give to Mr. Bachchan to help him in this entire thing. So maybe now's the time to do it.
I'm not disclosing the number.
Oops.
Thank you so much.
Okay, 10 lakh rupees. That's, I have to say these contributions are very Thank you so much again for being with us.
Thank you so much, sir, for this.
Goregaon, cleaning up the area, and you of course have been doing a lot of work in this entire area. I think you were also nominated along with anything that we have. Yes. So, what is it that people like you can actually do? What is it that you've been able to do? We were seeing that cleanup in Bollywood.
We have this NGO Sun Foundation. Primarily, we were doing skill development, and we have 50 skill development centers. Then we had a wing for disabled children, for Angels of France facilitation. So when our Prime Minister gave a clarion call for Swachh Bharat, we thought that this is the area where we should also step in, because cleanliness is next to godliness. And especially he announced it on the 2nd of October, and we hope that by 2019, when we celebrate 150 years of Mahatma Gandhiji's 150th birthday, the place should be clean, because we have to keep our environment clean. तो अगर हमारा environment clean है, हमें स्वराज मिला, लेकिन अब स्वराज से स्वच्छता तक का जो सफर प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी जी ने कहा है, उसको तय करना जरूरी है। तो we adopted Versova slum students back about Priyanka Chopra ji. We cleaned up the area, we took plants, we are going to put a toilet, we are going to put a skill development, play school, and today together with MDTV और Amitabh ji के inspiration से हमने we did the ground breaking with coconut and all that at Suvidha Chawal at Goregaon in that area, Bhagat Singh Nagar, जहाँ हम एक हफ्ते में पूरी सफाई करेंगे, लेवल करेंगे, वॉलीबॉल ग्राउंड पर प्लांट्स लगाएंगे, टॉयलेट्स बनाएंगे, और साथ ही बच्चों का प्ले स्कूल और महिलाओं के लिए जो स्किल डेवलपमेंट, वो भी हमारे प्रधानमंत्री जी का सपना है। तो हमारे सान फाउंडेशन पे 15 कोर्सेज हम कराते हैं, 6 to 8 months diploma, stitching embroidery. This is our plan.
Yeah, this is amazing stuff. How do you give this message across to people that we and me were just discussing during the break, that we have to change the attitude and behavior of people, and that कि ये मेरा काम नहीं, किसी और का काम। इसको बदलाव लाने के लिए हमें कुछ करना है।
बाहर के कंट्रीज में जाते हैं, सिंगापुर में आपको पता है, इफ यू थ्रो अ च्यूइंग गम यू आर बिहाइंड द बार, यहाँ पे लोग पान खा के सीढ़ियों में थूक रहे हैं। इट्स जस्ट एज वी आर जस्ट सेइंग, इट्स अ काइंड ऑफ माइंडसेट। अगर एक कॉन्शियसनेस की बात है, अगर थोड़ा सा हम कॉन्शियस हो जाए कि हमने अपना जो चुगिल एरिया सफाई रखना है, और उससे बीमारी भी नहीं होगी, उससे सफाई भी रहेगी, पॉल्यूशन भी नहीं होगा वातावरण की, तो लोगों की एक हैबिट बन जाए।
But it's always somebody else's problem. Somebody else will clean it up.
I always think about this कि as a nation, as a country, जब हम अपनी तरफ देखते हैं, अपने आप को देखते हैं, तो हम क्यों नहीं सोचते कि ये आपका हमारा नहीं है, सब अपना है। अगर हम ये मानने लग जाए कि ये सड़कें हमारी हैं, ये हमारे घर की जो दहलीज है, इसके बाहर का जो वातावरण है, ये भी हमारा ही है। I think like in Narendra भाई, there's that scene where this man sits on the wall. And every time, the character would go and just throw water at it, keep washing it, keep
So that's
washing
what
it.
we do. Lots of
It's
Gandhigiri out
exhausting.
there.
We have to do our bit, our Gandhigiri. But
Okay. Can I just quickly jump across to Bangalore? Maya is there, and there are people who are doing just that, who are taking the initiative and doing the cleanup out there. Welcome back. We're talking about social media. Send us in your comments on Facebook, in particular, to our page Banega Swachh India, and we have this wall out here. So the comments on the cleanups that you've been doing, we will keep on flashing them up here, and we will keep on talking to them. So for example, Dianaji, you want to comment on this? This is a Swachh Bharat March of our school children, which is being organized by Dawn Public School. Is coming up here. It keeps on updating itself, and we'll keep on taking fresh comments, and we'll keep seeing it. It's a good thing to do, just get people to come and upload. This is Hanuman Tiwari. Hanuman Tiwari is dedicating his time to in the city. He's taking that around.
So more and more people, the moment they come and put something up like this, apart from the fact that they are on, live on television throughout the country, but also inspiring people to come and do some more work.
And it just shows up in the Pradyut, for example, said they cleaned a 2-acre ground before basketball practice, and they headed to the classroom. So it's not that difficult to do. This is Sahil, where his bid for Swachh Bharat is going to boom out there, cleaning up in that particular area. So Sahil, thanks for that as well. We do have, sorry, you were saying.
Vikram, this is an indication that the citizens are willing to take ownership and pride in what we are doing. But I think what we also need to start asking is, will now government organizations take more ownership and more responsibility for what they need to do? Our civic bodies need to do more.
Well, of course, you can keep doing this, but we also have certain areas where NDTV itself has been organizing this cleanup. So you saw the pictures from Varanasi, we'll be doing there in just a minute. And Gargi is there cleaning the Yamuna. I think she's got Meenakshi Lekhi with her. But there you are. Oh, there you are, Gargi. There you are. Okay, there you are. Yeah, right. There's lots of screens all over. So Gargi, are you actually getting your hands dirty cleaning the Yamuna, or are you doing it sort of quietly from the side? I went to Agra behind the Taj Mahal.
Yes, Vikram.
I was up to my knees in the muck that time. But actually, Priyanka Chopra was, so I was getting a moral support from the side. So, what's the cleanup there? You're looking very clean right now.
Yeah, Vikram, I remember that. Well, Vikram, yeah, I'm actually there to report the cleaning rather than do the cleaning myself. But having said that, we have Meenakshi Lekhi here, BJP of Delhi here with us to support these children, and it's been an amazing effort. Thousands of children have been here since the morning, cleaning up the banks of the river. It's Shamdan. It's an effort to clean the banks, and also the symbolism of it all. Because obviously it's just a one-day effort, but the idea is this is the river running through the national capital. And if I could just tell you how freaking it will be, it's smelling, it's black the water, and it's absolutely shocking the state of the river in the national capital. But Meenakshi Lekhi, you come here and you're seeing the effort these young children are putting. What do you have to say about it?
I can only go back to my days at school and also the days when my kids were in school, and especially the school which is right behind us. And these kids have been doing a lot of good work in the social sector, and especially these children who have picked up a lot of garbage. And these are children who are coming from some very privileged backgrounds, and yet they don't feel shame or ashamed of cleaning up, picking up the garbage. And as I've heard, a whole lot of them are talking that we are doing it on a daily basis. So we are cleaning up areas on a daily basis. So that's a mindset change which I welcome. And sensitivity towards Yamuna is something I think the entire Delhi needs to wake up to. Because I keep going back to Indus Valley civilization, and I keep wondering what must have happened. Maybe something like this happened. Maybe the pollution levels had gone so up that the entire civilization got destroyed, and the river changed tracks and so on and so forth. So I guess without going into the causes, but we must understand if a river line of a city or the lifeline of a city shifts tracks or disappears into a drain, it can actually play havoc.
The Yamuna is a dead river in many parts, but these are the kids who are actually getting their hands dirty, and you can see all of them are there. So now, alright, as you can see, a lot of enthusiasm here among these young children. We've had NCC cadets coming here, so we've had children from all walks of life really coming and being a part of this effort for Swachh India.
Gargi, I think Amit ji has something to say to all of them, or maybe a question or comment that they have for them. Amit ji, you want to say something to those kids?
सबसे पहले तो आप सब लोगों को बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद देना चाहता हूँ इतनी भारी तादाद में आप आकर के और आप इस स्वच्छ भारत अभियान में आपने भाग लिया है बधाई देना चाहता हूँ। और जो लेकी जी अभी कह रही थी कि नदी जब गंदी हो जाती है तो कभी कभी लुप्त हो जाती है, इसी वजह से बहुत से शहर जो है वो वहाँ से गायब हो गए। ये बिल्कुल सही बात है। हमें चाहिए कि अगर हमें अपने शहरों को अपने आप को जिंदा रखना है तो सबसे पहले नदी को साफ रखना है।
Alright, well, I'd like to tell all of you over here, Mr. Amitabh Bachchan watched what you were doing and he has a message for all of you. He's congratulating you. He's saying it's a wonderful effort that you're putting up over here. And he's watching all of you right now. I think that's a big boost for these children here. And now the last one to you.
I wish Mr. Bachchan had joined us here, but nevertheless, next time I request him to stand here for some time because his presence can enthuse a lot of people, and people look up to him as a role model, and people will be. My only worry is that let's hope others don't stop working. Maybe it's a good idea to keep him in the studio.
But that's right. That's right.
Any time there is any such program where you require my services, and if you so desire for me to be by your side at the Yamuna, I'll be more than happy to do that.
All right. Thanks a lot. Thanks. Thank you so much. Cleaning up the area around you. It's supposed to work also. Let the work by actually cleaning up something. All right, let me now go across to Kamal. Let me see if he's actually. Kamal, you also need gloves on. Go, clean. Kamal, let me come across to you. बताइए वहाँ वाराणसी में क्या हो रहा है?
देखिए हम जिस 80 घाट पे मौजूद हैं, ये वो घाट है जिसकी कशिश पूरी दुनिया से लोगों को यहाँ खींच लाती है।
मध्य प्रदेश के जो मुख्यमंत्री हैं और शिवराज सिंह जी बहुत धन्यवाद। आप हमारे साथ हैं। कई बार हमारे पहली बार भी आप आए थे जब हमने ये स्वच्छ इंडिया कैंपेन के बारे में सोचा था। तो आपको क्या लगता है मध्य प्रदेश में ये जो पूरा स्वच्छ भारत अभियान है कैसे चल रहा है?
Sajjan, many congratulations on this wonderful work that you've done in cleaning up this area. And I think it's very important what you said, that all of us need to take up this matter as, like you said, 1 hour in 1 year. That's a wonderful concept. But really for dedicating somebody in a particular area and saying, you look after this area, clean it up and maintain it, and that would be wonderful. I also want to say some other thing that Pranay said, that sometimes as a matter of punishment, ask the people to go out and clean streets or something like that. There are many schools which I know of overseas where if the kid has done something wrong and has to undergo some punishment, they actually send the kid out for social service, which is they have to go and clean a particular area of the street that the school is situated in, to go and look after old homes. And this would be a wonderful kind of a concept if we can inculcate this in some of our schools and say that whenever a student misbehaves or requires punishment, the punishment should be that you go and clean up an area which is close by to your school or any area that is designated by the school.